Ready?
Welcome to Rhythm and Pixels, the video game music podcast. This is episode 5-6, and we're your hosts. I'm Rob Nichols.
And I'm Pernell.
And every week we get together, we find some great video game music, and we talk about it. We talk about the games. We talk about the music and the composers, and we just have a good time.
And that's pretty much what it's all about, really. Though I think it's hilarious hilarious or ironic, that the topic we chose is not being smiled upon by the great outside, as it were, because it is very overcast, drizzly, and cloudy.
Well, our topic this week is sky and air stages in games, and so not necessarily like a shooter where it all takes place in the sky, but a section of the game that's in the sky. That's kind of how I took it.
Pretty much here too. It's just it doesn't have to be a flying stage or anything of the sort. But hey, if the environment is above the clouds, I might be shooting ourselves in the foot depending on the track. But if it's above the clouds, it counts.
It's around. Yeah. If it's in the sky somehow, I kind of went for it.
If it's in the sky, it caught your eye. If it's on the ground, go around.
Go around. That's so good. So top of the show, I want to mention that we are coming up on our full year of Rhythm and Pixels.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, barring one particular episode, I don't think we've missed a single one.
No, every Monday. Yeah, again, you can listen to us every Monday, listening to great video game music. And we'll get into the video game music in a second. But we have some special guests coming up in the next few weeks. We have some special episodes coming up. I'm real excited. And
Halloween!
Halloween! Oh my gosh! Oh, I didn't even mention that. Yeah, so we're gonna have a spooktacular because we release music every Monday, and Halloween's gonna be on a Monday. So I'm real excited about doing Halloween music.
I don't usually do costumes, but just for that episode, I might put a bowl on my head and bite into a sandwich.
I don't know.
Just for the episode.
It's Monday, right? So do kids go trick or treating on the school night? Did that change?
To my knowledge, they still do it on Halloween night, regardless of the day.
Okay.
I mean, if your neighborhood ends up doing something different, it might be like an ordinance that goes around, and they might leave like a post-it or something.
Yeah,
on your door.
I have no idea. When we lived in a condo, we didn't have any kids in the condo, so no one ever came by our house. Now we're in a neighborhood.
You're exposed to the streets.
Yeah, we're on the streets now.
That's going to be a challenge.
There's a lot of kids out here. I don't know. We're thinking about just eating a lot of candy, but...
Nah, you got to get all in, man. You got to put decorations up, maybe wear a Freddy Krueger costume and sit on the porch and freak the children out.
I'm not going to dress up, but no, we're thinking of putting some lights up and stuff like that. It should be fun.
Yeah, go all in, man. Make it. You're a neighborhood family now. You got to make it stink. So.
Yeah, that's something different. Something very different. I haven't really experienced in a long time.
And speaking of Halloween, just to throw it out there early in the episode, if you guys are out there playing any spooky, creepy, or downright ominous games, let us know. You'll get the contact information by the end of the episode if you don't already have it, mind you. But we want to know. We want to know what kind of crazy, creepy stuff you're doing for Shocktober.
Yeah, I want to know what scares you. What frightens you?
Moldy bread.
And then we'll know, and then we'll be in your head. Moldy bread scares you?
Doesn't it scare you?
No, yeah, well, I'm eating moldy bread. Like, if you didn't know that bread was moldy and then you put it in your mouth. That's more gross, though.
Clusters of insects.
Okay, that still just creeps me out.
Yeah, that's the thing. It creeps you out, scares you. Gives you the jiddly.
I think everyone's scared by different things.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, that's weeks from now. This is fun. This is going to be like sky stages have like a certain quality to it, and so I'm going to play my first track, which I believe has a very sky quality, airy. It's very airy and fluffy.
Oh, this will be interesting. You're going with fluffy.
Fluffy, I don't know. It's fluffy. This is from the Famicom game Yume Penguin Monogatari for the Nintendo Famicom. This is a Konami title, and this is stage 2, and it's just the airplane. This is the airplane stage. So it's normally a side-scroller, but this takes place in the sky. So from the game Yume Penguin Monogatari, this is stage 2. This is stage 2, airplane, from the game Yume Penguin Monogatari for the Famicom by Katsuhiko Suzuki and Atsushi Fujio. This is a great track. It's got the air-like quality, don't you think? It's like in the sky. Like, this is a sky track.
Yeah, I was saying earlier while I was playing that it reminded me heavily of, if you guys have heard of it, the game Roller Games. It sounds as if there was a level in that game that took place on like a sky rink or on some sort of floating construction. I don't know, something elevated. Anyway, it sounds like Roller Games music.
Yeah, it's both are Konami. I think they're both Katsuhiko Suzuki. I'll have to double check that. Now, Penguin Monogatari is very, very strange. It's very Japanese. So it's a side-scrolling game. You're a penguin, and then in this stage, it turns into a scrolling horizontal shooter. And Pento is the name of the main protagonist, and he is in also the game Parodius. So he's one of the Parodius choosable characters.
Not to be confused with Otomedius, which no.
Or Sexy Parodius, da. Parodius, da. So in this game, you are Pento, and your girlfriend, Penko, the pink penguin, dumps you because you are too fat.
But that's the point.
That's the point of the game. So you don't have like a life meter, you have a fitness meter, and you have to go through the game drinking like diet colas and getting healthy items to slim down so that your girlfriend will take you back.
What?
And as you get hit, you get fatter and fatter. This is no joke, man.
I was assuming this was going to be kind of like how Yoshi's story was, how you could they would have fruit lying around the map, but there was like fattening food items and maybe healthier food items. You want to dodge the fattening stuff.
Yeah, you want to, especially in this flying stage, you want to dodge the bad stuff. And if you fall in the water, you get fat and you die. If you get hit by too many enemies, you get fat and you die.
Because apparently falling in the water means you'll just drink the water until you explode.
Yeah, Penko, not a nice penguin at all. And I don't know why Pento is so hung up on her, but
I can kind of understand why, but she's still a jerk.
Still a jerk.
I saw like a clip of it when Rob first mentioned the game to me, and it was actually right after this stage, and the girl penguin's like, "Okay, now the next place I'll be is at the top of a giant cake, but the cake is under construction, and you have 125 seconds." And he's like, "Okay." It's like there was some oddness there.
Yeah, it's very, very strange, very Japanese. It's a lot of fun. It's a very cool game. Like the animation's awesome. This music, the entire soundtrack is fantastic. Like it's so much going on. It's got that classic Konami sound. It's got those cool drum samples going on. It's a really great track.
And it's been translated, so if you're down with the emulation base, Look it up.
Oh yeah. Check out the fan translations. It's really, really cool. But I thought this would be a great way to kick off the episode, inject a little bit of energy.
You succeeded thusly.
So what is your first track?
I guess I'll stay on the NES kick since I actually have an NES game on my list. And I also think we may have even had it on the show before, but can't have too much of a good thing, except Brystar. So I am going to go with this particular choice from the game Little Nemo, the Dream Master.
Great.
And the track is from the stage Cloud Ruins, which I believe was the 5th one. But
yeah, I think you might be right.
So have at it. Welcome back to the show. This is the Cloud Ruins from the game Little Nemo, Dream Master, the
Dream Master.
I just felt like doing it. I had a little Sideshow Bob in me there.
I like that so much.
Written and composed by Junko Tamiya.
Oh, this is a classic Capcom track. I love it.
Yes, it's kind of funny too because the music is bouncy and kind of energetic. The level, look-wise, is airy, kind of light and fun, but the actual practice of doing the stage is a frustration in and of itself. There's an auto-scrolling up and an auto-scrolling down segment. It is brutal. And while the track was playing, I started to get a little nostalgic about the game again, and I totally forgot. Well, I didn't really forget so much. I didn't think about it. How creepy the premise of this whole game is.
It's odd, yeah, for sure.
I love the game, but you really are a kid in pajamas that is going around roofing animals, wild animals, because otherwise they do attack you if you don't feed them.
If you see the size, yeah, they do. It's true. But to see the size of that candy, it's so big. They've eaten so much that they have to take a nap.
Yeah, he roofies them with giant candy.
It's so much sugar that they just crash and they fall asleep.
And then depending on the animal, it can be different. Like if it's the gorilla, he climbs the gorilla's back and it punches. If it's the lizard, he climbs the lizard's back and he can walk up walls. If it's the frog, he actually stretches the frog's mouth out, climbs inside of it, and hops around. If it's the mole, he skins the mole and takes his skin and uses his claws to burrow.
Then what happens with the bee?
The bee is bad. Well, it's a giant bee to start, but he basically skins the bee. He takes the bee's clothes or his entire outer shell and wears it.
I think the game is really clever in that you get to choose all of these different suits of animals.
Yeah, it's very clever.
But you don't even get like an actual, like you get this wand staff to actually attack, but not until the very, very end of the game.
Yeah, it's like the only truly aggressive stage that kind of pushes aggression, because you can probably beat the entire game without ever attacking anything if you want it, aside from that last stage.
Yeah, I think so, actually. I've played through this actually 2 years ago. I played through. I had a couple of flights, so I just played this on the airplane. And it was takes me back to like my childhood, and then the music, especially.
Went around roofing animals,
and playing Little Nemo.
Okay,
I've always loved animals.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Animals are awesome, and Little Nemo really does hold a special place in my heart. Even before I learned it was based on an existing property. It was just an awesome game.
Yeah, but it's just the whole soundtrack is just really, really great. Love this music.
So hopefully this was a good choice for
this is an excellent choice. Okay, I want to take us into 16-bit territory.
Uh-oh.
Some blast processing. Blast off processing.
This is why you want a Genesis over a Super Nintendo.
Right. So we are going to listen to, I'm going to go with one of my favorites, Gunstar Heroes, and one of my favorite composers, Kazuo Hanzawa. This is called Stars Too High for the Sega Genesis. Da-na-na-na. This is Stars Too High from the game Gunstar Heroes for the Sega Genesis by the composer Kazuo Hanzawa. This is a cool track, don't you think?
I like it a lot, and I'm embarrassed to admit that my experience with Gunstar Heroes is very limited.
It's so rare. It's so rare that I've played a game that you haven't.
It's how I roll. Like, I've always liked Treasure, but, well, not always, but no, I will go with it. I always liked Treasure, but didn't know what Treasure's games were. It was like, I liked Dynamite Heady, didn't know that was a Treasure game.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that, for example. But when I learned about Treasure, I learned this was one of their games, and by that point, we were like into the Guardian Heroes age and stuff like that.
Oh, right. Yeah, these I didn't play this when it came out, but I was getting into collecting and playing retro games when I was in high school, and this is one of them that was like really difficult to find, and I found a couple copies of it for a few dollars at like a garage sale, and I just fell in love with this game. It's really difficult, but it's very, very cool, and the soundtrack is just very complicated. Kazuo Hanzawa has this really distinctive, almost frenetic type sound to it with a lot of like sweeping notes. It's just amazing how much he can pull out of the hardware. It sounds like there's a lot more going on.
Well, considering how much is going on with the game itself,
yes, the
music does have to match.
Yeah, so you can do it's a side-scrolling shooter where you're running around shooting, but you can slide, you can grab onto the ceiling, and you can jump around. It's two-player. You can jump on top of each other and throw each other. You can pick up enemies and throw them at each other. But the main mechanic of this game is the gun that you have. You can collect power-ups, and the way you combine, I think, up to 2 different power-ups changes your gun type, and you can kind of flip them around and shoot in 8 different directions. It's a lot going on.
I like the sound of that.
It's just a really cool game. Like, I think it's one of the gems of the Sega Genesis.
Well, we were talking about before leaving that I was going to have to make you sit down with roller games for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to try Gunstar Heroes in the very near future, too.
Yeah, I can't believe I've never played roller games.
Me neither, because just like how I think I mentioned Musho on this show, or was somewhere I mentioned it, but just like that one, roller games and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers beat 'em up, they were like the gems of my Salvation Army recreation days. I would go there and check those specific games out and just play them over and over again. So good. So
yeah, I feel like I've had like 1 or 2 tracks from roller games I keep meaning to put on the show, but like the topics have never really worked out for them, so I just never got a chance to play them.
You know what that means? You gotta choose a topic that's centered around the track you want to play.
I have to go back and figure out what they are.
You like the jungle stage? Tropical tracks. Boom.
Wait, so you rollerblade through the jungle?
There's a level where you're in the jungle.
You rollerblade through the jungle.
Well, it's roller game. Well, Let's pick the next song, and then we can talk about.
We know about I'll talk about it later. Anyway, well, this. Yeah, I don't want to say more about it. It's your pick.
All right. I don't have a 16-bit track, but I do have a track that my friend David will hate.
I love these tracks that your friend hates.
Well, you're about to hear one. It's from the game Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters, i.e. the second game of the Kid Icarus line. And the track is from the Sky Palace stage. No particular title, just Sky Palace. And I have no idea who composed this track.
Neither do I, actually. I did a bit of research, and it's still unknown, so I might have to look after the show a little bit deeper, but everything I can find is just unknown.
So here's the mysterious Sky Palace track from the game Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters. Hope you like it. Welcome back. You're listening to an excellent track, Sky Palace from Kid Icarus.
It's so rhythmic. I love it.
It's so good. Like, it sounds odd right now for me because I've only really heard it on Game Boy speakers or likely off of my cell phone, which is also playing mono.
Yeah, but like from the Game Boy speakers, from your cell phone, you don't get that awesome stereo effect, which is something that the Game Boy is just has that the NES didn't have. And it sounds great. I love those. It's almost like a call and response from like the left channel to the right channel. It's really fun.
Yeah, I'm digging it. And like this track, I've played this level so many times growing up because like I said, it's a semi-sequel to the first Kid Icarus, but it's more like how they did a lot of Game Boy games back then, where it was like they just came up with some hokey plot to have you do the exact. I guess he's showing me the box art.
The box art.
It's like this weird snake on the cover.
The snake is giving him the eyes.
Like
and
girl.
And then the dude with the Cyclops.
Oh, the eggplant wizard.
Yeah, he's giving him the one eye.
Oh, eggplant wizard was the beast. You didn't want to screw with him. He was a jerk bag.
But they're all looking at him like they've just had,
They've been Cupid arrowed.
Yeah.
But like, because I got distracted by him and his weird snakeisms. Anyway, point, like, the first kid, it's basically a retread of the first Kid Icarus game, but they gave it a hokey plot to give you an excuse to do the same stages again. But all the stages are done to be a little bit nicer. They added a few room features, if you're familiar with how Kid Icarus played. And the biggest change of the game was the original boss was Medusa, and you had to fly through the Sky Palace in like a sort of shooter level on the NES game. But on the Game Boy game, it's a guy named Orcos, and it's a long stage of it's like an actual platforming stage, like similar to how World 2 is.
Okay.
And it was very unexpected for me, and you get to do it with the 3 sacred treasure items equipped. So it was an awesome level to come across as the last stage in the game. It felt completely brand new, given that you played kind of a retread throughout prior to that. So I wonder if anybody else has not played this game, you really should give it a shot, even if it's from an old console like the Game Boy.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. A lot of these older Game Boy games are a lot of fun.
Oh, another funny fact I just learned while looking up this game. This game was made by the guy who created the Game Boy, too, which I did not even realize.
Oh, right.
Gunpei. Gunpei Yokoi. I can't get I'm terrible with pronunciation.
Yeah, so I don't know the composer of this one, but the original Kid Icarus is classic Hirokazu Tanaka.
Impossible he did this and just didn't credit himself.
I don't know. That's the thing with a lot of these older Japanese games, like they just didn't think to credit the composer all the time, or they were like, okay, there's 4 composers and they credited them all, but you don't know who did what. You know, it just wasn't very precise.
Or to give them hokey names like composer, like say screenplay G.
Yeah.
It's like, who's G?
Yeah, Bun Bun.
Yeah, Bun Bun. I haven't seen it. He's the Capcom one, right?
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, yeah, it's just they use these nicknames, and there you go. All right, so I'm going to move on to my last track. Staying in the Sega Genesis, I'm going into the Rocket Knight Adventures. This is Stage 4. It takes place in the sky, and it's for the Sega Genesis by Masanori Auchi, Hiroshi Kobayashi, and Masanori Adachi, and Akihata and Michiru Yamane. This is Rocket Knight Adventures, Stage 4. Yeah, this is the... Where's it at? Stage 4.
There it is.
Yeah, I got it now. Stage 4, the flying battleship from the game Rocket Knight Adventures for the Sega Genesis. Masanori Auchi, Hiroshi Kobayashi, and Masanori Adachi.
I was very happy when Rob mentioned that he picked a track from this game, and when he mentioned Stage 4, it immediately came back to me what track he was going to pick and everything, because the soundtrack from this game is immaculate.
Oh, yeah, it's... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Also, Akihata and Michiru Yamane, because this is a Konami-produced game. And, man, God, it's just such a jazzy, like... And I love this section right here. It just sounds so cool. It's just one of those sounds that you get out of the Sega Genesis. You know, it just sounds so neat to me.
It's very unique in its own way. Like, I don't know, like... It sounds, I mean, I guess the overall OST had a lot of tracks like this, but it sounds very unlike a traditional game track with the number of changes that it makes. It's got a, like you said earlier, it has like a jazzy vibe to it.
It's got like a big band kind of thing going on.
It's also, maybe I'm off, but it also would fit because of the style of the game was, but doesn't it kind of make you think like a Disney game? Maybe?
Yeah, almost, yeah, because it's very... I guess just Disney-y, you know, it's got Disney-y.
Disney qualities.
Yeah, it feels like a roller coaster, like a ride. Like this is a ride.
Yeah, well, given the nature of the game, while you're in for a ride, boosting and bouncing off every blasted thing in sight, it's just gorgeous. And then they released Sparkster later, which was still good, but not as good.
Yeah, so Sparkster's the name of the, was he, a possum?
Yeah, he's a rocket possum.
Rocket possum.
He's really awesome. He gets like a jetpack and he shoots around.
And he's got a sword. Yeah, and he's got like little goggles. That's really cute.
Yeah, he uses the goggles when he does like more of the full flight stages when he's propelling through like a shooter style stage. So, but it's a gem. And I think this was also during the age of animal mascot games.
Yeah, a lot of mascot games. So, but yeah, they're fun though. I mean, really cool.
And this was like one of the other ones where it didn't have the animal's name in the title.
Oh, that's
true. A lot of people thought his name was Rocket Knight.
That's what I thought too. But like actually on the box it says featuring Sparkster, and that's the dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of these kind of franchise mascot of the system wannabes. So let's say Sparkster and Bubsy got into an argument. And then
Sparkster would win because Bubsy is worthless. Bubsy really has no good qualities.
That is rough.
Ask anybody. Bubsy has no value.
Okay, now put Sparkster against Crash Bandicoot.
Crash has no value. Which, for the record, though, he's actually coming back. Crash Bandicoot.
So he's got some value if he's coming back.
Well, he's going to be in a Skylanders game, so take that for what you will.
Skylanders has no value.
Well, tell that to Activision. They're making money hand over fist.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just running away from the series finally.
Any of those like collectible things, like forget about it. It's too much.
They are fading away now, it looks like, though. They're finally losing that profitability.
What about Disney's got one too, right?
Disney's failed.
Really? They're done with it?
Yeah, Disney Infinity failed. They shut down the whole studio.
Wow.
And Disney pulled out of games entirely.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but at the same time, I would have been happy if they just stayed Skylanders and left it at that, because nobody, to my personal thought, no one's come along to truly revolutionize or enhance the value of those games, which means to me that Skylanders still did it best.
Right.
So, like, I thought it'd be cool if they took the same figures and made different games around them. So, like, take Skylanders figures, for example. Or no, Amiibos. Go with Amiibos, okay?
Are they still around?
Oh, they're still around. Because a lot of people buy Amiibos because they're Nintendo figures, not because of what game impact.
Oh, right. They just want to have like a little like Zelda guy.
Exactly. So, like, imagine if you had a bunch of Amiibos and you could put them in a role-playing game or a party game or any number of different style games that use the same toys. But instead what they do is they make games that really don't need them at all, and then they give them some really dopey feature like as a costume to your guy.
That's
like, make Amiibo games.
Like games like, so you could put like, you know, you put Link in roller games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, if it was a role-playing game,
or,
it would just give them different abilities.
You put Luigi in Taboo, The Sixth Sense.
He'd probably excel in that game, whether you believe it or not. Luigi's got some hidden potential there. You guys are not acknowledging.
I'm not sure.
You've seen that mean mug from years past.
Dick Tracy inside of Where's Waldo.
Well, first we need his Amiibo, but the possibility is there.
Right. Who framed Roger Rabbit in Bomberman?
Roger Rabbit would be right at home. He's a toon.
He's a toon.
He's a toon.
He's a toon.
Don't forget about it. He's a toon.
All right. What's your last track?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm going to play a Magic Knight of Ray Earth. Magic Knight Ray Earth.
So wasn't that an anime series or a manga series?
It was. The game itself is a retelling of the manga series or the story from that. So, and it is a very good game. It's a rarity, but it's a very good game. The track itself is called Labyrinth in the Sky. It's from being Magic Knight Ray Earth. Sega Saturn. Let's give it a whirl.
This is one of my favorite songs I think I've heard on the show.
It's a jam, and honestly, the entire soundtrack is this good. It's composed by, let me see what I wrote down, Yayoi Wachi and Siren Okamoto.
Yeah, Saru Okamoto.
We're terrible at this. But hey, we're trying, and that's what's important.
Yeah, no, this is cool. It's such like a 90s like R&B jam, you know? Like I'm imagining like a group of dancers in the music video.
Yeah, now I got to do it. Hey girl, what you doing up here?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's come out. Here we go.
The labyrinth in the sky.
Here we go.
Hey girl, what you doing here? Hey girl, labyrinth in the sky. Hey girl, what you doing here?
Are you lost without me? Are you lost without me, baby?
That's good. This is going to happen. I'm going to write it. I'm going to note to self, write song with this beat. You're going to kill everyone who is listening to this. They can't hit. No.
Oh no, this is perfect. This is like it's like Janet Jackson. No,
you could write a song over this beat.
This is a Paula Abdul jam.
Opposites attract.
Yeah.
And led to the labyrinth.
I wonder what came first. Do you think maybe Paula Abdul?
I'm pretty sure she came before Magic Knight Rare.
Do you think so?
I know so.
I don't know.
That's not even a question.
Like, no, we gotta look at the dates later on because maybe she was influenced by this. Maybe she was really into these.
You are
these
really open on this.
Yeah, one. No, maybe she played a lot of Sega Saturn anime RPGs.
If anything, I'm
assuming this is an RPG, right?
It is. It's an action RPG. It's you run around with the three girls from Magic Knight Rares at the same time, and you switch between them to determine which one you're controlling in the front. I don't believe they can attack outside of your influence. So if you weren't controlling, if you weren't using the lead girl,
the lead singer,
and then don't belittle them like that.
Backup singers.
They were cool.
No. I'm impressed with their singing.
Hikaru, Umi, and Fu. That was their name.
Okay.
I still remember that. And one had fire control, one had water control, and one had wind control. Wind/thunder, because they have to do that.
Looks like it has that clamp style where like these super long.
Well, that's
legs.
why.
Is it clamp?
It's clamp.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. It's got these super long legs and these gigantic eyes.
Yep, that's 100% clamp. But it's an awesome, awesome game. I never got to watch the anime or read the manga, but the game does a very good job of conveying their personalities because they all have diary entries. So I forgot about that. That's what's awesome about it. Every time you do a story segment in the game, each character writes in their diary about the event. And they all talk about the same event, but they talk about it in the way they would talk about it. So their personality shines through in how they describe the event they just experienced. And it's all fully voiced. It's really good. It's a fantastic, unfortunately hard to find Saturn game.
Yeah, a lot of these look seem that way. Well, Sega Saturn, right? There's a lot of those games are rare now, right?
Yeah, but this is amongst the holy trio, I believe I like to call it. There might be more than 3 games. I think there's actually maybe 4, but I think those people are lying.
But the 4 like of the big rare games or within the series?
They're the rare games. Basically, when the system was starting to fade, there were a couple of games that were getting released that got low prints. Actually, there's definitely more than 3, because I'm thinking about more than that right now. But there's like Burning Rangers was one. Panzer Dragoon Saga is another.
Yeah, that's one that's sought after. What about Marvel Capcom? That was pretty big, right? Or no. It was X-Men.
Yeah, but that was out. That came out when the system was doing fine. So that game got printed. These are games that came out at the end of the system's life.
I remember you needed like a RAM upgrade thing to make that play better.
Yeah, it was the 32 meg RAM cart.
Yeah.
But what was it? The other ones were Albert Odyssey was another one people claim is one.
Oh, okay.
This one. And I feel like Shining Force 3. That was the other one.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't realize there was a third one for the... was that also Motoi Sakuraba?
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool. I'll have to check that out, that soundtrack. Love me some Motoi.
As you should. If you weren't, if you did not give you the look. Not the snake look either. The other look.
Labyrinth in the sky.
We need to move on because you're about to go hip hop again.
No, there's no rap bridge in this song. This is all... I love that.
It's really good.
I could listen to this all day long.
Well, you should see how long I listened to it when I decided I wanted this track.
All right, I am reluctantly pulling this track down.
So good.
I don't want to. here we go. Now, this is really like one of my favorite tracks on the show.
Just let it go.
No.
Let it go.
I'm turning it up. Even this part here, it's like, oh, that keyboard. All right, I'm pulling it down.
It's okay. You can listen to it later.
I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go.
Let it go.
I don't want to let go. That should be the name of the song.
There you go. There's your R&B hook right there.
There's don't want to let go, girl. All right, I'm turning it down. All right, it's down. It's done. Okay, now it's time for the bonus round.
Finally, bonus round.
The bonus round is the part of the show where we play remixes and covers based on today's theme. Today's theme is sky stages, sky and air stages, like airy, fluffy sky stages.
Delicious popcorn stages.
I keep saying sky stages. So I found a really great jazz ensemble called the J Music Ensemble, and they did a cover of the classic Sonic 2 song Sky Chase. And this is a live recording of them playing this track. This is the only recording I have. And it's just fantastic. Again, this is from the J Music Ensemble called Sky Chase. I hope you enjoy it. It'll take you on a journey. So let's get into it. Love that song. So that was Sky Chase by the J Music Ensemble with Patrick Bartley on the tenor saxophone.
That was freaking superb. I'm sitting here like, it went on for a while, and it kind of hit me out of nowhere. I'm looking up Pokemon and like trying to come up with a good build for a Ferrothorn, and I look over at Rob out of nowhere and go, no, I'm still listening to it. I'm still digging this, but it's just...
Oh, yeah, you just lose yourself in that song, man.
Exactly, and man, did I lose myself in that track. That was super... I love that.
I love jazz music when it's recorded live, too, because everyone's kind of like cheering each other on, and there's like the crowd really gets into it. It's just so much fun. And I love the piano solo like about 3/4 of the way through. It's just so good.
That bad boy, you outdid yourself when you found that track.
Oh man, I ran into it. I'm so glad I just ran into it. So often I just run into these amazing artists, and this is one of them. So the J Music Ensemble, you can find them at facebook.com/jmusic, I believe. It's no, I'm sorry. It's facebook.com/jmusicband, and you can also see them at jmusicband.com. Just fantastic stuff. Really good. Go to their SoundCloud also. You could find they have a lot of great music. Not all just video game covers too. It's just really great stuff. All right. So Pernell, what you got for us?
I gotta follow that.
Yeah.
Well.
That's all good.
I'm not going to knock it.
No,
Who am I kidding? I chose a good track, too.
You did. This is not a competition.
This is not a competition. But I got to follow that stuff. No, for real, though, I did choose a really good track. I think everyone here will enjoy it and will dig it. Okay. It is by a man who goes by the name Kyle AB5000. And the track is a remix also, to me, is like an iconic Sonic Sky track.
Oh yeah,
the Sky Sanctuary stage.
Yes, is this Sonic 2 also? This is where you end up after the Sky Chase scene, right?
No, sir. Oh. This is Sonic and Knuckles. After you're basically at the end of the Sonic part. I could be wrong here too, but I believe it was at the end of the Sonic part, Sonic 3 part. But if I am wrong, then it was just a stage at the end of Sonic and Knuckles.
I played that so much, but like
Sonic the Sky 2, Sanctuary is where the Master Emerald is located.
Oh, okay. So a Sky Sanctuary.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's give this one a listen. I love that ending. That was really cool.
Good track.
Yeah, that is, it's called "It's Not Yellow Enough!" exclamation by Kyle AB 5000, featuring CharletteLPS, Madeline Ross on the violins on that little second part there.
So good.
Yeah, that was really good. I thought it was mixed really well, and I thought it was just like I like the speed of it. You know, it just was really, really moving.
I like that it had multiple change ups throughout the song.
Yeah, because it's kind of a repetitive track on its own, but this really, I think, kind of explored it a little bit further.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for both of you for putting together this phenomenal tune.
Yes.
That, again, it's like Rob mentioned earlier, he didn't want to choose Sky Chase as one of his main tracks because it's Sonic, and we all know Sonic. But doesn't mean we can't pull a good remix up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the more popular tunes, we're going to be able to find like covers and remixes for them, and usually find something really different. So yeah, you can find his music at soundcloud.com/KyleAB5000 or YouTube, KyleAB5000. We'll have links to all of the track information, artist information on our website, rhythmandpixels.com. You can find all that info there, and check them out, download their music, listen to their tunes, and get into it. Get part of the community. Thank you for joining us today on episode 5-6 of Rhythm and Pixels, our focus on sky stages and air-themed things.
Yes, air-themed things, especially the air-themed
and the best 90s R&B jam ever.
Oh, dear Lord!
Ever.
It will stick with him forever. Now you have to get the entire OST and love it.
Was that similar music to the anime?
I never saw the anime. That's the problem. I've never seen the anime or read the manga. I always had an interest in them. It's not like I didn't want to see them. Just never got around to it. But this game I enjoyed the living daylights. I played it straight through. And I liked the story that took place in the game. So it would stand to reason that I would like the anime too, even if it would probably have, the lovey-dovey insanity at its clamp.
Yeah.
But I think I'd still probably like the game, the official anime too. So, based on that recommendation, I would say give it a view.
Right. Well, coming up, we have a few episodes, and then we have some special episodes and some special guest episodes. I'm really looking forward to doing. So we're gonna plan those out and announce those on our Facebook page. But if you would like to contact us, maybe send us a message if you have some ideas for new episodes, or if you know any other maybe remix or cover artists and you'd like for them to be showcased on the show, we'd love to hear it. Send us an email,
rhythmandpixels@hotmail.com.
And for more information on the show and full track listing, go to our website,
rhythmandpixels.com.
If you'd like to learn more about our show, or just to kind of get involved in the discussion about the music, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Rhythm and Pixels. And we're also a Patreon-supported podcast. So if you'd like to, if you like what you're hearing and you'd like to maybe send a couple bucks our way to just help us keep the lights on and the file storage running, it's patreon.com/rhythmandpixels.
I guess dough would be okay too if you happen to have some dough.
Some dough. Or if you're from the UK, we'll take a few quid.
I love how that wasn't even the joke I intended, but it still worked and kept going. I was thinking like deer.
But Pernell only accepts Gil.
I do. Oh, or no, Zenny. I'm okay with Zenny.
You're okay with some Zennies?
I'm okay with Zenny.
Get that Zenny. What's Mega Man use, right?
That's Zenny.
Oh, that was Zenny? Okay. I couldn't remember.
That's like the Capcom currency. So Breath of Fire uses Zenny. Oh. Mega Man Legends uses Zenny.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize it was across all those games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And I think when Street Fighter V came out, the original fight money, the money that you earned for winning matches, was called zenny also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they changed it to fight money, which I think is a cooler term. But
it takes the personality away. Zenny was their thing. Now it's fight money.
No, I like that because there's you've got fight money on the line. You got to earn that money. Although really you're after the league points, but the fight it's fight money.
What you're telling me? You can't picture somebody getting all upset, getting aggressive, yo, where's my zenny at?
I can hear you saying it.
You better give me my zenny. Where my zenny? I send you what my wife keeps asking me. Where the zenny money? The zenny. Where it at? Bring it home.
I promised her that vacation. I need that zenny.
I need that zenny. Zenny down now.
Oh man. All right. Well, I got to go and earn that zenny for Pernell.
That's right. I need my zenny.
So anyway, this has been episode 5-6 of the Rhythm and Pixels video game music podcast. I've been Rob Nichols.
And I'm getting my zenny. Also Pernell.
Thanks for listening.
Have a good night. And remember, this is probably the most hokey thing I could think of, but hey.
Do it.
Sky's the limit. Never feel as though you are limited to your surroundings to accomplish that which you need to do to excel at that which you wish to excel at. The sky is a limit, and you can also break the sky. Get to space. You won't be able to breathe up there, but hey, whatever. Do what you gotta do to make your dreams come true.